Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Selling with Love podcast. This is your host, Jason Marc Campbell, recording this live from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Now, on the road, traveling a bit as I'm doing one of those Spartan races at the beginning of May. For those of you who are familiar with a goal-setting program called Lifebook, this is something I did during my time at Mindvalley. You start to set goals in every area of your life, and as such, when it looks at my health and fitness category, I realized that one of the most effective ways that I can stay in shape consistently is if I do one of these obstacle course races. You run a few kilometers, do some crazy obstacles in the mud, through the hills, all that good stuff. If you want to survive it, you got to stay fit. And so this is my one thing that I know if I do once a year will make sure that I'm going to be okay to stay in shape and have the physique and health markers that I need to be able to survive that race. Now, what I want to speak about today is actually something that happened in the middle of this training. Is one of the key things to do while you're training aggressively for something like this is recovery. And over the weekend, we went over to the spa, myself and my partner, and something interesting happened. We were going for a deep tissue massage, kind of a post-sports massage, and we sat down, and it was already a premium service. And we sat down, and as we were waiting, somebody came over and she said, "Hey, you get to choose the kind of oil you want to use. We have all of these amazing oils to start with. And we also have this premium oil that you have to pay extra." And I remember when I sat down, I saw the sign that showed the price that you could pay extra to get this premium oil, but I wasn't going to get it. I knew it was an upsell. It is not required. I knew the basic oils were going to do the job, but something interesting happened. The lady said, "You have the two oils you can choose. They're both amazing, but see, feel how it's like to use the normal oil." And then she put some on my skin, on my hand, and rubbed it in and said, "You're going to feel the oil on top of your skin is going to leave a bit of an oily feeling, but it's going to do a good job." And then she goes ahead, takes the premium oil and say, "This one actually really gets absorbed through your skin. And if you're looking to have some deep relaxation and the release of your muscles, this one works even more effectively." Rubbed it in. And then when I looked at it, I'm like, wow, it fully got absorbed and it wasn't giving me that oily feeling. So she recommended saying, "Hey, if you want to do the upgrade, know that it'll do better release on the muscles and you won't be left with an oily feeling when you're done with the massage. Would you like to do the upgrade to the premium oil?" Yep. I said yes. Very interesting to see how, even as I'm coming along with a negative mindset about wanting to make an additional purchase, because this person convinced me, sold me, demonstrated to me the benefits of getting the upgrade, here I am paying a much premium price to be able to actually maximize the order of what I've made at that store. Matter of fact, she even did a special upsell because she made me a deal. I had already committed to the spa package and said, "You don't need to buy," which was an already very expensive price for just an oil upgrade, but still made me feel special because she said, "I'll only make you pay for one upgrade and you can both use that oil. Since you're doing a 60-minute massage, we'll be able to use the one bottle for both of you." So then I felt like I was getting a deal. What a beautiful way of presenting an offer that enhances the existing experience that I'm having. And this is something I want you to pay attention to in your existing business model. Are there opportunities for upsells to happen throughout the purchase? Here's what the most fascinating thing is: I've made that additional purchase that I wasn't expecting. And by the end of the treatment, I was so happy I got the upgrade. I wanted to be consistent with the decision and actually reinforce that it was a good decision. So I was doubly happy that I made the upgrade, and I was noticing the specific benefits that they were priming me to have from the upgrade that I had. So, how can you look into the way that you're doing your business and include these upsells? Because the powerful thing about being able to do that is you maximize the average order of a customer that comes in. And it is true, it's getting more expensive to acquire new customers. So, we have to find creative ways to acquire these customers and maximize the order value at the same time. Now, there's a few rules of what you should be doing versus what you should not be doing if you're putting together an upsell. Let's start with what is the rule of thumb of what not to do in an upsell. What you never want to do is have it so that when somebody makes a purchase, you then go on and negate the value proposition of your initial product and suggest that the upsell is the only true way to solve the problem. Let me give you an example. If you go ahead and suggest to somebody, "Hey, if you want to go through a coaching session with me, we'll start working on your fear." let's say your fear of spiders. And so somebody says, you know what, I want to get rid of my fear of spiders, so I'm going to pay $50 and do a session with them. And the moment they make that purchase, you say, hey, great that you purchased, but if you really want to get rid of your fear of spiders, you actually need to book a second coaching session, and we can book that right now. Then you feel like you've been kind of bait and switched. And you've probably had an instance where this happened to you and you're just left with a sour taste in your mouth. And so one of the key things is don't make it so that the next product you upsell negates the initial promise that you made on the first purchase. You need to honor that first promise. Never do an upsell where it negates the benefits of the original purchase. What you want to do is actually do something where it could be a complementary service to your initial purchase. For example, if you bought a package around getting rid of the fear of spiders, as an upsell, you could say, we have a comprehensive program that allows you to remove any fear you might have beyond just the fear of spiders. So if you want to have the comprehensive experience where we work on any fears that might come up in your life, then you have an opportunity for an upsell. You also can look into ways that you can accelerate the result as opposed to the initial purchase. So say that you decided to do the single session that's going to get you to get rid of your fear of spiders. You could also suggest saying, hey, if you'd like to make sure that you get the results even faster, there's a supplement that you can take that will actually make the session even more effective. It's not required, but for those of you who want to have a deeper transformation, you can supplement with this thing that works really well. The fear of spider example is a little funny, but you could see this definitely work out if you're going to a gym and you're buying, say, a membership or some private coaching package, and then they suggest supplements for you to take at the same time. It's complementary, it accelerates the results, but again, doesn't negate the initial purchase. That is the key that you want to make sure. So you're always coming from a place of love, and your upsell is not trying to maximize the amount of money you're taking from your clients. No. The vibe and the energy that we want to come at this are what are ways that certain clients might want to be able to take advantage of to enhance their experience, whether with complementary products or a rapiding or higher chance of success with the product that you're already purchasing. When you come from a place of understanding that everyone has different needs, everyone have different value perception based on the solution you bring to them. See, if you try to have one person who's just trying to lose a few pounds go into the gym, maybe they're looking to spend $100 a month for that gym membership, versus someone who's walking in and looking to win at a championship competition might be willing and wanting to invest more. Every single client is unique. And the beauty of upsell is you can still acquire customers at a lower cost, which I mentioned earlier. It can be expensive to get a customer. So we try to minimize the barriers for the first purchase to happen. And then for those who might be at a higher disposable income level or are looking to accelerate their results or are looking for complementary benefits, an upsell is a beautiful thing that you can add within your product suite so you make sure to serve everyone at the maximum possible. So this would be the action I might suggest for you is whenever you're making a sale, what upsells already exist? And if none exist, then try to think of what could be things that you include. Other suggestions I might have for you is if you can build partnerships with other people who offer complementary service, you can build out partnerships where you can sell someone else's product so that you get a cut as well. You don't even need to create anything, yet you maximize your orders for every purchase that comes in, offering more value to the people that are coming into your ecosystem. And if you have a list of existing customers, have you looked at opportunities for promoting more products to them because they might be looking for a deeper solution or going more in depth with whatever initial solution you brought to them in their life? Very simple strategy, mostly overlooked by many. And if there's any fear or resistance, remember again the energy. You're coming from a place of service. You're trying to make sure that you're offering everything you can to solve the needs of the various people that are coming towards you. And as such, you get to maximize your average order, which means you get to spend more on acquiring customers, which means you get to spend more on growing the business, taking care of yourself, and making a bigger impact as well. Add this to your arsenal and keep selling with love.